All right, let's keep that applause going for your next comedian, Alex Leeds.
We're going for Matt. So I'm sure you guys all saw today that Facebook changed their like button. It's now 6 different reaction faces you can have to somebody's status. But for some reason, they left out the most important reaction. Horny. Oh. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been scrolling through Facebook and I just wish I could horny somebody's status. It's like, hey, I'm glad that tasty video I shared earlier could really put you in the mood. I'm pretty dumb. Like, the only scientific facts that I know and can recite are the ones mentioned in the Bill Nye the Science Guy theme song. Let's see, there's inertia is a property of matter, and science rules. I'm also broke. Good to know. Like, I'm so poor right now that the bank I use doesn't even have a drive-through. And when I asked why, they told me, well, sir, Coinstar machines do not have drive-throughs. Well, they should. This jar is really heavy. You can also now, you can tweet the pizza emoji to Domino's and they will bring you pizza. Unfortunately, you still cannot yet tweet the baseball emoji to your dad and have him come home after all these years. We're still working on the technology. And I was talking to my mom the other day, and she's like, hey, Alex, guess what's back? And I was like, is it Dad? She said, no, chicken fries from Burger King. She held up the bag. I was like, well, if I could truly have it my way, I'd want Dad back. I've been in and out of the hospital a lot the last few years. Doesn't matter why. But I remember one time I was in there and I was laying in bed, and one of the nurses, they came in and they were like sniffing all around my room, just smelling everything. So I asked her, I was like, can I help you with something? And she asked me, were you just out in the hallway smoking weed? And I was like, what? That's what I said. And then she asked again, were you just out in the hallway smoking weed? And I was like, well, 2 things. Number one, I'm currently hooked up to some of the strongest, most addictive, potentially dangerous pain medicine you can give somebody. And you're worried about me smoking weed? But number 2, there's a Pawn Stars marathon on right now, and I am not going to miss seeing what kind of scripted hijinks Chum Lee gets into this week. But I'll tell you this, if you find the guy with the wig, send him down to my room. I'll give him a stern talking to. Just let me make sure I have some cash in my wallet first. Does anybody here download those new Kimojis? The Kim Kardashian emojis? You got them? Me too. I got those. I also got the Charles Mansonjis as well. Charles Mansonjis, those are the Charles Manson emojis, which are just regular emojis, except they all have swastikas carved into their foreheads. My dad is actually, all that dad stuff was a lie. My dad is around, and for the last few weeks, he's been going on and on about how Mitt Romney started following him on Twitter. Just the last couple weeks, that's all he talked about, how they were tweeting back and forth. So I finally had enough of it, and I went on Twitter to do some investigating, and of course, it was not the real Mitt Romney. And I had to break the news to my dad, and I told him, hey, Dad, this isn't the real guy. I mean, his Twitter handle is @MittRomneyRules with a Z at the end. And he's like, no, he didn't believe me. No, it's the real Mitt Romney. President Bush retweeted him last week. So I went on and looked up President Bush's Twitter handle, @Dick Cheney's bitch, which was the real President Bush, actually. All right, I've been Alex Leeds. Thank you, guys.